On or off the field, I work overtime. On the court or not, I take charge of mine. Beast mode when it's game time. Turn the bass up when they play mine. Sports base, and you know it's live. We on front.
Sports base live, baby. We back. We still in the lab. We still bringing y'all the raw. And we're gonna get into a little big board segment. We're gonna break down the NFL draft. And just talk about it a little bit, Coach.
Yeah, this is the 2017 NFL Draft, 1 through 32, your big board. And we're just going to discuss some things about, the best player available for each team. And which I think is probably the most loaded draft on the defensive side of the ball we've had in quite some time.
Yeah.
Let's start off with a team like Cleveland. An obvious pick for this team is Myles Garrett. I mean, you cannot go wrong. This is a once in 5 years player.
Yeah.
Your Jadeveon Clowney type player. You cannot, if they were to go anything other than Myles Garrett, I would just be amazed.
Would you be devastated?
Yes, for that organization, I would be.
You would be.
I would be, because you have a chance to go in a different direction, to get after Ben Roethlisberger, to get after who else? Joe Flacco,
right.
To get after Andy Dalton,
right.
To even the other great AFC quarterbacks. You have a chance to get after them, what you haven't been able to do since Huckle was a puppy. So going Myles Garrett, number one, clear-cut case, you got to do it.
I think that would be the best pick for Cleveland.
You think so?
I think so.
My thing is, it might be the best pick, but if you like one of these quarterbacks, like if you like Trubisky, or if you like a Deshaun Watson, then I'd pick him. And I'd pick him in a heartbeat, and I wouldn't apologize for it, and I wouldn't look back. If you feel that one of these quarterbacks, regardless of the outside noise, if you feel that one of these quarterbacks is the quarterback of the future, because everybody knows that Cleveland has been the team that has missed out. I mean, they have been terrible everywhere from. It started with Brady Quinn, and then it was Johnny Football. Oh no, I'm sorry. It was Brady Quinn. It was Brandon Weeden, and then it was Johnny Football. That is horrible. But what a lot of people fail to realize is everything in sports is situational. They've been horrible with drafting quarterbacks, right?
Yes.
Well, Cleveland was picking second last year. Let's say they had used that second pick and picked Carson Wentz. Would they still be so bad? I mean, Carson Wentz, we agree, is going to be a pretty good quarterback, right?
Yes.
You a believer in Carson?
I think if it would have went to Cleveland, it would have been bad. Because of the situation he would have been put in. Let's just look at the numbers
he's
from
a
last
good
year.
quarterback.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback. But playing behind that offensive line, where they got 6 quarterbacks hurt last year, game in and game out. So if Wentz would have started, just like RG3 and the rest of those guys, what could we possibly talk about? He would have got hurt.
I think he was better than them guys.
And
it's a thing to be said for scheme. I understand you're saying scheme fit, but it's a thing to be said for a guy that can play or can't play, right?
Yeah.
And an argument with the injuries, let's be honest. Did you see the play when RG3 got hurt?
Yes.
He ran into the linebacker. That was his fault. Literally, he was running out of bounds, and the linebacker was 20 feet away from him, and he just took a sharp left and ran straight into him. Yeah. That's his fault. Let's be honest. Now the other quarterbacks, it could have been because of the offensive line and everything. They don't have a running back in the backfield to take that pressure off of them. Yes, but if you put a quarterback in there and not have an offensive line around him.
Well, you saying what Brady Quinn, what Brandon Weeden did with the best offensive line?
Nothing.
But to be honest, Brandon Weeden to me was a joke.
Exactly.
He was, and when Jerry Jones said he would have the greatest arm he's ever seen, I just laughed, and I wanted to shake Jerry Jones' hand.
Right.
Just because I thought that was amazing. But I think they need a defense. I think they should start off with defense. Stop the other teams from scoring points, and then start to score yourself.
Because as we can look, Cleveland has the number 1 overall pick, and so do they have number 12.
Exactly.
So they're in love with a quarterback. Well, all these teams that's picking in front of them,
They
let's
don't
say,
have quarterbacks except San Fran. That's it.
But if you love a quarterback, how can you trust that San Fran won't get one, knowing that they need one too?
There's 2 of them that are.
It's 2 of them, but you only love one.
Well,
It's a lot of women in this world, but you only love one, right?
Yeah.
Like who would you care slept off on you? Your side woman or your wife?
My wife.
Okay then. So Cleveland don't care about 2 quarterbacks. Believe it or not, they only care about one. We're looking at it like, okay, it's 2 quarterbacks there, you can pick between the 2. They only care about one.
You're right.
That's all they care about.
You're right. So
It's one that they care about. Now, they don't want San Francisco to get them because San Francisco might get them. San Francisco not really being pegged to get them, but they need a quarterback. And they have a new offensive coordinator who could possibly draft their quarterback for the future as well. So do you take that chance and miss out on the Deshaun who you really love? Or do you take that chance and miss out on Trubisky, who despite we haven't seen the production because he's only been a 1-year starter, but it's something that they might really love about him and want to get him? Or do you get a Myles Garrett that you really love? Maybe you don't really love those 2 quarterbacks and you're thinking that you can get your guy in the second round.
I'm still going to go defense.
yeah, I'm gonna go
Defense?
Yeah.
Defense. So if you're a Washington fan,
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Here we go.
who are you hoping falls?
I'm going with Christian McCaffrey. I have been a Washington fan. Anybody who knows me, I've been a Washington fan since I was born. You know, my dad would not allow a Dallas fan in the house. I think the missing piece we need for the first round is we have a receiving core. We picked up Terrell Pryor from Cleveland. That is a great pick for us for losing Garcon and Deshaun Jackson. Terrell Pryor actually did really well out there in Cleveland last year.
Right.
Was that because of his skill as a wide receiver or as a quarterback? I think it was both. So I think when we get McCaffrey in the backfield to take the pressure off of Kirk Cousins and then draft defense solely after that, I think that'd be the best move for him.
You think, Coach?
Me personally, I can't stand him. But Washington sitting there at 17,
It's the ideal fit.
the ideal fit will be a Jared Davis, linebacker, Florida.
That's the ideal fit.
Ideal fit.
What do you see when you see him on tape?
I see a mixture of a couple guys. I see a little Ray Lewis in him. I see a little, oh man, it's just, oh.
Is he sideline to sideline?
Yes, very much so, sideline to sideline. And he brings that thump that you need in the middle of the defense. He had a little injuries in college, but man, when you put on the tape, just looking at the tape, a healthy Jared Davis will put that defense sort of where it needs to be right now.
So he'd be right in the middle of their 3-4.
Right in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. So 28.
Oh, 28.
28.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys. Wow, Dallas Cowboys. My Dallas Cowboys. Now, we're looking at 28, the Cowboys. Me personally, I like the guy from Tennessee, Bennett. When I look at this guy, I see the speed isn't there, but Barnett, giving him a coach that'll stay on him like Rob Marinelli, and that will always put him in the best predicaments to be successful. That numbers, I mean, 3 straight years, it has accomplished some consistency getting to the quarterback, 50 tackles. One year he had 12 tackles for minus 79 yards. Like, our defense is missing a guy like this. Of course, you can look at him and say, well, goddamn DeMarcus Lawrence. Well, DeMarcus Lawrence's time is up and down. So I'm sorry. I mean, he's been there long enough to get it straight, 3 back injuries. And this year he had another back surgery. As you can see, you don't come back the way you were after back surgery. So I think Bennett at that pick 28 would be Actually, he would be the best player on the board if he falls to 28, in my opinion.
I hate to jump in and interject, but in my opinion, I think Derek Barnett is the most overrated player in the whole draft. I know that he had the sacks, he had the production, he broke Reggie White's number. I know that he has the production is there. It's hard to argue. The tape is not even that bad. But when I think of a Derek Barnett, I just think of a guy who's just gonna be a guy who's just a pretty good left end, a run-stopping end, an end that's gonna be able to anchor the left side of your defense. But I don't look at him as that elite pass rushing guy that you want on your right side. And I believe as of right now, that's what the Cowboys need. Now, hopefully, they address that in the second and third round, because with my number one pick, I'm going Buda Baker, and I think he's the guy that you put in your defensive backfield, and for the next 5 to 10 years, you got your Troy Polamalu, you got your Earl Thomas, you got your Tyrann Mathieu, you got your playmaking defensive back that can be in the back and make plays on the ball. He can come up and knife through the screen plays. He can set the edge on the outside. He can blitz off the edge. He can cover a guy as a true corner. He can carry a slot receiver in a crossing route from one side to the next. He can do everything that you need plus more in a nickel back. What's your retort, Coach?
All right, now let's say, with all the great things you said about Buda Baker, which is a great player that played in that Washington secondary, let's say if he's gone, then where do you go as a Dallas Cowboys GM?
If Buda's gone, then it depends on, if Buda's gone, I'm going best defensive end available. Like if the best defensive end is available, then I'll take Derek Barnett. Derek Barnett, I would take TJ Watt in a heartbeat, and I might take Charles Harris. But I know I'm taking TJ Watt off who his brother is alone. They both will be in Texas. They will be able to train and work on their technique. The younger brother is always trying to upend the older brother. I'm looking at all those things. I'm also taking into account that TJ Watt played in the Big Ten, which is the best offensive tackle conference. Everybody knows that the Big Ten breeds offensive tackle, whether it's Ohio State, Wisconsin, Notre Dame, the list goes on. The Big Ten is where the offensive linemen are at, right? Mm-hmm. So, but at the end of the day, as long as the Cowboys draft defense, you can't go wrong, because that's clearly what they need. So,
I agree.
Yeah. So it's been a good show, you guys.
It has.
It's been a good show, and we're about to wrap it up, and we just want to leave by saying that we look forward to doing another show very soon.
Indeed.
And we're going to bring you guys more exclusive interviews. We're going to bring you more exclusive debate shows. And we'd like to take the time right now to shout out musicwildlive.com. We would like to take out the time to shout out the clothing label Thinking. You got to look out for Thinking. It's going to be in stores near you, and it's going to be coming soon. And we just want to leave out. We out.